Sydney Martin has confessed that it will be deeply upsetting when her alter ego finally uncovers the reality in the ITV drama. Coronation Street actress Sydney Martin acknowledged that it'll be quite heartbreaking once her on-screen daughter realizes her mother has been lying. Viewers of the long-running soap know that Sydney first appeared as Betsy Swain last summer, taking on her first major television role. Her performance as the young teen has earned plenty of admiration from fans, and she's now heavily involved in another major plot following the sudden reappearance of her mother, Becky Swain. It's safe to say that Betsy's other mum, Lisa Swain, was stunned when Becky casually walked into the lounge of their new home at No. 6 Coronation Street on Betsy's 18th birthday back in September. Becky's shocking arrival happened even though Lisa and Betsy had been told she lost her life in the line of duty almost 4 years earlier, leaving them grieving all that time. Becky insisted she'd been hiding out in Spain, placed under witness protection after an undercover mission went badly wrong. But she's now returned with fierce determination, intent on reclaiming her old life no matter the cost. Because of this, she's making life difficult for Carla Connor, Lisa's new fiancé, and although the underworld boss suspects Becky's motives, Lisa seems unable to recognize what her ex-partner is plotting. And after D.I. Costello pushed Becky to head back to Spain, Betsy agreed to join her. Betsy is inexperienced and easily swayed. She's thrilled her mum has returned and thinks moving abroad sounds exciting. If someone had told me when I was younger that I could go live in Spain, I would have said, absolutely, without considering any of the practical issues. Betsy assumes it'll be warm, full of incredible prospects, and innocently imagines they can all just relocate and be happy together. Naturally, Lisa was furious when she discovered Betsy's intention to leave the country with Becky, but Betsy didn't back down, and instead asked Carla to persuade Lisa to consider a family trip to Spain with Becky. Sydney added, "It's incredibly difficult for her. She's trying to keep the peace and hopes everyone will get along." While audiences are slowly realizing that Becky has a much darker agenda, Sydney admitted that Betsy will be stunned when she eventually discovers the actual truth about her mother. She explained, "It'll completely shatter her. The viewers will understand what's happening, and maybe Carla will too, but Betsy is clueless. She hasn't noticed a thing. She idolizes her mum, so the truth will be devastating." Nina challenges Roy in Coronation Street as he conceals a fresh, puzzling secret. Nina Lucas, played by Molly Gallagher, begins to worry about her uncle Roy Cropper soon, when it becomes clear he's keeping something hidden. Roy's world was turned upside down last year after he became the prime suspect in the disappearance and supposed murder of Lauren Bolton. Because Roy had been seen speaking with Lauren and was also spotted tidying her apartment, DS Lisa Swain eventually believed she had gathered enough proof to arrest him. Roy's usual straightforward honesty only made things worse during police interviews, as each innocent move suddenly looked suspicious, making him appear more guilty. His time behind bars was terrifying, and he was even assaulted in his cell. Once Lauren was discovered alive, Roy was freed. It came to light that she had been groomed by a lawyer named Joel Deering, and was attacked by him before she fled. One person who has always stood by Roy is his niece Nina, who entered his world in 2019 after Roy began playing online Scrabble with Nina's father, who was also his half-brother. After Richard passed away, Nina moved into Roy's flat soon afterward. Over the years, the pair have consistently made sure to support each other. Roy helped Nina through the trauma of her and Seb's brutal attack, and Nina remained beside Roy as he adjusted to life back on the street after being imprisoned. In future episodes, Nina's concern rises again when she notices Roy has become strangely obsessed with waiting for the postman to bring his letters. She directly questions him about what he's hiding, but how will Roy respond? Later in the week, Ed Bailey sets up a little library box in the cafe for Roy as he carries on with his mysterious letter writing. Coronation Street hints at a major shift for Eva and Maggie as their heated family tensions escalate. New arrivals Eva Price and her boyfriend Ben Driscoll's mother Maggie are far from friendly, but could a surprising change be coming their way? Catherine Tildesley made her comeback as Eva last month, appearing with Ben as the newest manager of the Rovers' return. Ben stunned Eva on her return by revealing they were set to run the iconic pub, though the arrangement had complications she didn't expect. Shortly afterwards, meddling mother-in-law Maggie made her entrance, announcing that she had funded Ben's purchase and would therefore be sticking around to help run the place. From the beginning, it's obvious that Maggie disapproves of her son's romance with Eva, yet a possible shift between them might soon emerge. In upcoming scenes, Eva and Maggie will head off for a pampering day. Could some relaxation help melt the frost between them? A production insider told Digital Spy, "The Rovers is getting packed behind the counter these days, and Eva is growing weary of Maggie's constant digs. Even though they both care deeply for Ben, they simply can't get along. But maybe a trip to the spa will finally put an end to their feud." Talking about her on-screen clashes with Maggie, actress Catherine told Digital Spy, "I've watched plenty of Pauline McLynn's work over the years. When I see her perform on set, sometimes I just stare at the monitor, realizing I'm watching a true Corrie great. From the moment she arrived, she was incredible." The writers have created brilliant material for our characters, full of sharp jokes and constant bickering, but there's also a scene we filmed recently where Eva says, "If I didn't know Ben and simply met Maggie, we'd probably be friends. They have loads in common." They're both devoted to family, both determined, and sometimes that causes sparks to fly, but that tension is wonderful to play. When asked whether Eva feels threatened by Maggie, Catherine added, "It's a tricky one. At the start, Eva isn't frightened, she's more annoyed. But over time, she begins noticing this tougher side of Maggie, and suddenly she thinks, 'All right, I see what you're really like.' Eventually, she admits she is a bit intimidated." There's genuine cause for Eva to feel uneasy around Maggie, especially since an upcoming flashback episode will expose that Maggie once took another person's life. This shocking revelation is expected to add a darker layer to her character, forcing Eva to rethink everything she believed about her intimidating mother-in-law. More emotional turmoil is also approaching for Ben's teenage son, Will Driscoll, as the 15-year-old becomes targeted and manipulated by his former athletics coach, Megan. Will's storyline is set to take a painful turn as he's drawn into a dangerous situation, showing how vulnerable he is while he tries to navigate growing up. Coronation Street continues its weekly schedule on ITV1 every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m., with episodes also available to watch online through ITVX and YouTube. The soap promises more twists, deeper drama, and intense character arcs as these storylines unfold in the coming weeks.